Hello, Steel City Surge fans. Kippy here, coach of your Steel City Surge, back for week number 1 of IBL, going up against Mario B and his Montebello Mexica. Okay, I do see the Annihilate, that's a little scary, but we do not see the Landorus, which is really nice, actually. Okay. So the Icy Wind tech is not going to be much help here. The Annihilate being there is a little annoying, but we do have Terra Psychic on Torn to help out a little bit with that. I didn't see a lot of Annihilate during prep, so that could be an issue. I do kind of like just going for a Torn lead here. I'm going to just go with a Palafin lead. I like the Torn idea. Torn lead was one of my options. We do see Terra Water Bolt come out as well. That was very expected, so Grass Knot Palafin should be really good. It depends on what the item is on Bolt. Probably Booster Energy, could be leftovers. If it's a Calm Mind setup variant, we should be able to two-shot it, depending on its special bulk and HP bulk. But I like this lead with Palafin. I expect to see Glamora or Bolt as the leads. Good luck, have fun to Mario. Mario, I could be pronouncing your name wrong. I'm sorry about that. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Probably Mario, but I've already said it. Too late now. Can't back down. Okay. I'm very nervous for this matchup. I never like going up against Bolt. We do see the Bolt lead. Okay. We do see Bolt. Do we see the booster? We do not see booster. Okay, so it's not booster. So I like just hard swapping. I kind of like hard swapping into Goodra. Although I really like swapping into straight up treads. If he does Terra Water, Terra Blast, that could be an issue. Doesn't do that much. I'm just gonna hard swap into treads. Could have Thunderclap. Does have Thunderclap, that would make a lot of sense. I do get my Palafin off though, so that's nice. We do see a Thunderbolt. Okay, cool. And no Terra yet. That's good. That's good. That is very good. Now, Bronzong is a possibility here. The other thing is the Terra could come out. I like the idea of predicting the swap because there is no ground type, so Volt Switch is very, very free. We do see Thunderbolts. I like the idea of just going for a Volt Switch here. I don't think you want to stay in unless you go for that Terra Water, because Earthquake is doing a lot of damage to you. Earthquake is going to do a lot of damage. You could be Specs. Even if you're max HP, it's not going to help you too much. You do swap. Okay. So we catch him on the swap, so we're going to get pivot priority here. Goes into Liberty. That is the Bronzong. That's expected. Okay. Cool. So the Bronzong comes out here. I could just go straight into Rotom Heat. I could just go straight into Rotom Heat, but I want to preserve that as much as possible. I am going to go into my Hatterene and kind of force him to make an offensive move. Force him to try to go for an offensive move. If I can ship this thing down with Mystical Fire, we do see leftovers, that's expected. Okay. I'm going to go for my Mystical Fire here. I don't think you hard swap. If you hard swap into Annihilate, that's a really good play. But I don't think you do that just yet, because I could be carrying Thunder Wave, which I am. I could also have, I believe we get Taunt. No, but I do get Trick and Sub. Plus Nuzzle is a thing. I could also Calm Mind here, so there's that too. There's a lot of options that my opponent has to think about. And this Mystical Fire should do a ton of damage. If you want to go for Heavy Slam, it does swap. Okay. This is probably the Annihilate LaFleur. No, this is the Glamora. Okay. I actually like this a lot. I am actually very okay with this. Does a little bit of damage. We lower that special attack. We do see Black Sludge on it. Okay. Black Sludge / Leftovers, whichever one you want to say. I am going to go hard back into Treads here, because we live basically anything this wants to go for now. And we can rapid spin stuff away. If you want to go hard into that Bronzong, we can always go back into our Hatterene. We have revealed the Mystical Fire too, so that Annihilate is a pivot from the Bronzong. We can get a nice little Thunder Wave off on the next Bronzong Hatterene matchup, which I really like. I like that kind of flow, Getting Paralysis on the Annihilate. I would love to get a burn on the Annihilate, but Paralysis does also work. Because I expect that Annihilate to be like a late game setup. Hard swap. Okay, what do you swap into here? Knock, knock. Is that the Weavile? That's the Weavile. Okay, good play. Good play. Now, let's see. If this is like a Choice Band Weavile onto Treads, a low kick could do a ton of damage. Rotom Heat should be able to live 2 knocks. Yeah, Rotom Heat can live 2 knocks. I also do not like taking a low kick from this guy, so we're going to go hard into our Rotom Heat. That's a very good pivot from my opponent. Very good pivot. We do reveal the no Sash, though, so Iron Treads is very, very strong here with that Earthquake. The Bronzong is a little annoying still, but we can play around that. Does stay in. He's probably going to go for that knock. That's fine. Into our Rotom Heat. We got to see if he's banned or not based off the damage. 296 down to 103. That is absolutely adamant banded, right? 196 to 103. That did 65%. That is adamant. That is adamant Choice Band. That is adamant Choice Band Weavile. I don't think that could be... I don't think that's a damage roll for Black Glasses at all. That is not a Black Glasses damage roll. That is Choice Band Adamant. Okay. So that's really good to know. So we're at 103. I don't think we can live another now. Because knockoff... Yeah, no, we can't live another knockoff. So he's locked into knockoff. That's a bit annoying. Because I really like Rotom for Annihilate. Oh, jeez. Okay. We'll go into Treads. We'll go into Treads here. He does swap again? Okay. So we know it's a Choice Band Weavile with Adamant. It's also got Pressure. Oh, this is a really good switch for me. Choice Band with Knockoff. We do get that swap back into Treads, which is really nice here. This is a very big mind game here. Even if you Terra Water here, EQ is still doing a large chunk. Terra Water, Terra Blast can still do a lot if your choice specs. It can knock us out, potentially. I really like the idea of going for Pressure here and getting an Earthquake off, though. I don't know if you stay in or Terra right away. Him getting that knockoff damage was big on the Weavile, but that does mean it's not max speed. It does go for the Terra right now. Okay. If he specs, it's a roll. EQ is going to do like 30% to you. It does a lot of damage. Let's go for the Terra Blast. It does not KO. That is not specs. Okay. It's also not... Okay. That's good to know. It's not really invested in HP from what I can tell. Oh, that could be a roll. I don't have my ruler on. I should probably turn that on, shouldn't I? Ah, it's off center right now. Ah, that's unfortunate. That looks like it's roughly a third, though. I like the damage that I'm seeing on my end. I'm gonna go ahead and Volt Switch. If he stays in, I go for Gudra. If he stays in, I switch into Gudra. Just stay in. It does very, very little on my end. So that could be like AV. That could be an AV bolt. It could be an Assault Vest bolt. If so, Thunderbolt's still doing a large chunk to you. I'm going to go into my Gudra, because I don't expect you to go for, like, anything super good. Terra Blast, yeah, that's going to do maybe 10%. 383 to 347. That's got to be, like, max special attack modest, right? Yeah. Okay, do I like Terra Bug here, or do I like Terra Psychic? I don't necessarily love Terra Psychic right now. Does Terra Bug help me out immensely throughout the rest of this match? It makes some moves from Bolts a little more strong, but it does make that Draco less strong, so I expect to see Draco if that is Assault Vest. I'm going to Terra into Bug, and I'm going to Knock Off. Does swap, okay. We are going to reveal our Terra here. This was the intention. We do see the Glamora swap. That's okay. We're going to get that Terra off on Gudra. We're going to get a knockoff too. We're going to see Toxic Debris come out here. No, it's Corrosion. Okay, good to know. Good to know. That is a Corrosion. Glamora. Okay. Now it has no item either. It could go for hazards. I want to keep Gudra healthy. That is the goal currently. That Glamora could go for an Earth Power if it wants to. It wasn't a lead. Earth Power onto Iron Treads. We're at 109 HP. I don't know if we live that. We're at 33%. It depends if it's invested or not. But I'm willing to risk Treads right now because that Terra has already popped off. Toxic, okay. We do see the Toxic come out. That's fine. I'm gonna Volt Switch here, I think. Expecting that Bronzong to make a play. I do have Healing Wish on Hatterene too. If he stays in, I just go straight into Hatterene. Expecting... Well, no, Hatterene might not be the best play there, but I do Volt Switch here. I was expecting like an offensive Glamora. He should go into Bronzong here. I'm always going to pivot. I like the pressure, but the Levitate Bronzong has me thinking too much. Spiky Shield. Okay. So it's a stall set. Spiky Shield. Toxic. Did 40 damage, so we are going to go down here most likely. I'm just going to Volt Switch again. If he wants to stay in, that's fine. I feel like this is probably going to be like Stealth Rock and a Rock move last. I don't think this has like any ground type moves, so Treads might be very good late game. I think I go into Torn after this. No. I think I still go into Hat. He does swap. What does he swap into? The Annihilate, maybe? Liberty? That's the Bronzong. We expected that, so we're gonna go straight into our Hatterene here on the Volt Switch. We're gonna go straight into our Hatterene, and we're gonna go for that Thunder Wave. There is no reason I don't go for the Thunder Wave. I can always Healing Wish the Aphrodite as well. I can always Healing Wish with this thing. I am very much expecting the Annihilate to come out. And if I can get that thing paralyzed right now, with Rotom being so low on HP, that's really, really good. This is a really good battle. This is a really good battle. Lots of damage on my end from pivoting around stuff. That Weavile being Choice Band Adamant kind of throws a wrench into things, but not really, because we are Choice Scarf Palafin. So we will always outspeed the Weavile. And we don't have enough speed on Torn currently to outspeed the Weavile, but Choice Band Adamant Ice Shard does knock us out in one shot, so we have to be aware of that. That is an Adamant max physical attack. You are modest. Max special attack. The Thunder Wave on Raging Bolt is also really nice too. My opponent's really thinking about their turn here. It does stay in. We get that Thunder Wave off on the Bronzong. We are faster. That was expected. If we get a Paralysis hack here, that'd be crazy good. We do see Ice Spinner. Okay. 255 to 204. Ice Spinner. That's interesting. Does it not have like it might not have like a very good attacking move into us. So it did roughly 20% of our HP from an Ice Spinner. So that makes me think you're like a careful nature with no investment. Okay. A Draining Kiss does roughly 8% currently. I'm gonna go for a Draining Kiss and just see what you want to do. Because I think you swap into Annihilate. You do swap. If you swap into Annihilate, I think that's okay. That's the Raging Bolt. We're gonna do a lot to this Raging Bolt, I think. We do a little bit. We do a little bit. You gain that much back, that's good. I think you're Assault Vest, though. I do think you're Assault Vest. We're at 252 currently. We're at 99%. Thunderbolt does not KO us. Terra Blast also should not KO us, no. I'm gonna go for another Thunder Wave here. We live whatever it wants to go for. It does go for a Terra Blast. We are gonna live that. Oh, that did a lot. We do get that Thunder Wave off, though, so that's really, really nice for us. That thing is very slow. Paralysis hacks are very, very nice in draft, in my opinion. So we went from 252 down to 83. So he did 66%, which is roughly in line with what we were expecting. Modest max special attack, Terra Blast. Currently, Draining Kiss is not really helping us too much. I do like the idea of going for a Healing Wish. And we should be able to outspeed this guy, right? If it's not speed invested, we definitely outspeed. I'm gonna go for the Healing Wish here. He does outspeed us. Okay. That's good to know. He's got speed investment. Okay. He's got speed investment. That's good to know. That's good information, actually. He's got speed investment. Hatterene did a good amount there for us. I think I can go into my Torn now. Maybe. No, I can't go into Torn. I can go into Palafin, though. Palafin should be able to go for a very nice Grass Knot. I could also just go straight into Goodra. I like the idea of going just straight into Goodra right now and preserve Palafin for later. Losing him on early is not the best, but we do have Thunderbolt here. Thunderbolt from its current range is a roll to knock out if it doesn't have a lot of special defense investment, but we know it has at least 88 into speed. So we can kind of use that to kind of gauge where we're at with 26 to 31%. I think I can risk that. I also like going for that knockoff. We did knock off onto something else on the Glamora earlier. I'm just going to go for a T-Bolt. I like the idea of staying in here and going for that T-Bolt. We definitely outspeed you. Does swap. What do you swap into here? LaFleur. That's the Glamora. Okay. Thunderbolt's going to do like a third or so. It's not bad. You have Toxic. I'm going to go into Hermes. And then pivot out on the Spiky Shield. Because I expect you to go for Toxic here. Power Gem. Okay, you do have Power Gem. Okay. You do have Power Gem. We live on 10. I think you go for a Spiky Shield here, so I'm going to go into Poseidon. I think you go for a Spiky Shield. Yep, there's the Spiky Shield. Beautiful. Okay. So, from here, with Palafin in its hero form, flip turn does 62 to 74. You're in that range. I don't know. I think you might be a bulky set, though. That's the thing. I think you're a bulky set. I think I just reveal the fact that I am a special Palafin. Because I can deal with Blastoise with Goodra. Goodra deals with Blastoise and Raging Bolt. I like the idea for revealing that I'm Scarf, and I think you go into Blastoise or Raging Bolt here. Shell Shock, that's the Blastoise, okay. We're gonna reveal that we're special now. That's fine. We reveal the special. I can just go into Torn, actually. Let's go hard into Torn. Because you're probably expecting a Grass Knot now. That damage was also pretty pitiful on the Blastoise. I think you are a variant of Blastoise that is bulky. It did around 20%. I think you're definitely HP invested, though. I do think you're HP invested. But I think you're a physically HP invested man. I think you went for a Roar. Okay. As long as it's not Treads, I'm fine. Roar Blastoise. I like that. That's fun. Palafin comes back in. Love that. Love that. Okay. Now we go for a Grass Knot. I'm gonna go for Roar again. That's fine. That Annihilate is looking scarier the more we go. Without Hatterene, hazards can be a thing with Bronzong. We do have Taunt on... I mean, we can't really get rid of hazards, so we're going to have to play around it. We do reveal the Grass Knot. How invested are you? Kind of invested, not super invested. Rocky Helmet, that was expected. We do see the Roar again. Rocky Helmet. It's Torn. Okay, this is good. I like this. So Torn comes out. I can Psychic here and feel pretty free. If you go into Weavile, that'd be crazy. I like the idea of taunting here, actually. You do swap. You go into the Weavile, I think, right? Liberty. No, you go into the Bronze Song. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Now you can't go for anything. We U-turn out here. If you want to go back into Blastoise, that's okay. This is a very long and drawn-out battle. It's a very good battle, though. Making a lot of reads. Making a lot of really good plays on both sides. Now my opponent really has to think. And I'm happy to make him think. Because I think he swaps here. I don't think he wants to stay in with Bronzong with that taunt out there. Because I'm just going to go into Rotom and Pain Split. You do swap. What do you swap into? The Blastoise, okay. So you're going to get some Rocky Helmet Chip, but I'm going to get that back. And I like going into Goodra on this. Because I don't think you have speed investment. And Goodra outspeeds you with speed without speed investment. We can just go for a T-Bolt. This is turning into a really close but really good game. I could have gone into Rotom there, but I like the idea of pressuring this Blastoise with the Thunderbolt. Flip turn. You're faster! Okay, you do have speed. Okay. You do have speed investment. You do chip me down a bit, but I get some good damage off onto the Glamora here. It's good damage. I expect you to go for Toxic again. I'm going to sack off Treads here. If you go for Stealth Rock, that'd be crazy good. If you even have Stealth Rock, you probably do with that set, considering Treads does not have any viability for the rest of the game. We're going to sack off Treads. Whatever this Glamora goes for. Yeah. That's fine. I'm going to freely go into... I could probably go into Palafin and Aura Sphere, most likely. I do like the idea of going into Palafin, actually. I'm going to go into Palafin. I feel like I have enough damage off on Raging Bolt with that Palafin from Hero form. Raging Bolts. An Assault Vest variant. We have 285. And Aura Sphere actually does a little more damage. We haven't shown Aura Sphere or Flip Turn yet. Do I Flip Turn? Aura Sphere does roughly 30 to 36. I'm just gonna Surf. Does swap. What do you swap into? Shell Shock the Blastoise. Blastoise should go down to 2 Surfs, right? Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Okay. That was a crit too. Good. We can take out Blastoise here. Now the problem is, I don't know if I've done enough to chip stuff down. That's part of the issue right now. I don't know if I've done enough to chip stuff down to sweep with Palafin. He's gonna give me. He's gonna give me the Blastoise. I don't think he expects me to be Scarf, though. What's crazy is I don't think an Adamant Choice Band knockoff would KO me here. I can do a max of 298 and a low of 253. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rolls that could knock me out. My thinking is Rotom is still nice to be able to burn the Annihilate if it's a setup, which I think it is setup. Raging Bolt can be taken down by Goodra. Torn can handle most of what's left. Rotom can also deal with Bronzong. I really just need to get rid of this Weavile. I outspeed the Weavile because of that Choice Band Adamant that we found out earlier. And Surf is a 2-shot. Knockoff has a couple of rolls. 5 rolls that KO. It is... What are we at? 285? 285? It is a 31% chance to OHKO from this range with Knockoff. I'm going to go for the Surf. We reveal the Scarf. Get the Surf off. It does go for Knockoff. This does not KO! It does not KO! But we do not outspeed now. Whoops. That's annoying. I do still have Flamethrower on... I might have thrown with that. I'm looking at this now. I think I threw. I low-key think I threw. Because I sack off Rotom Heat and then I go in and... I 100% just threw the game. That play, I just lost the game. Because there's no way Torn outspeeds. We don't have enough EVs to outspeed with Torn. I just threw the game with that play. I forgot. Oh, he hard swaps. Great. Oh, cool. We called the switch into Annihilate. Okay. That's nice. We're at 103. 35%. We live whatever it wants to go for, unless it has some speed investment. We just Will-O-Wisp. If he outspeeds us, he outspeeds us. He does outspeed us. He does have close combat. He's going to take us out. Okay. That's very annoying on my part. I had that game on lock, and I threw. I had that game on lock and I threw. He's gonna go into Weavile and we just lose. Oh, he goes into the Bronzong. Cool. I think the Bronzong just cleans up here. I 100% threw by staying in on the knockoff. I should have swapped the Rotom Heat and then gone back in and gone for the Aura Sphere. That was such a good game too, and I had an out, and I completely misread what was going on. That's how it falls sometimes. This could have easily been a much closer game, but it's not going to be a closer game. Because unfortunately, I can't outspeed the Weavile, and it Oko's Tornadus nearly every single chance it gets with Ice Shard. If we get a burn with this Flamethrower, that would be the best thing to ever happen. Flamethrower burn is the best thing I can ask for right now. And I don't get it. I mean, I don't think I have a way out of this, do I? Yeah, because the Weavile comes in. Well, no. The Bronzong comes out, that's fine. I'm not letting Bronzong get up Stealth Rocks. I'm not letting it get up Stealth Rocks to KO Palafin. That's fine. I don't win this no matter what happens anyway. What would be crazy good would be a Paralysis here. Paralysis might save me because Goodra can take another couple hits, but otherwise it's just pivoting between these two. And no Paralysis, okay. I wonder if... Down. Flamethrower is just the best possible move at the moment. I should have expected the Terra Water Terra Blast on the Hatterene and expected some speed investment too. Like, offensive Bolt looked really good. I also should not have stayed in on the knockoff from Weavile with Palafin. That is 100% what lost. Those two plays are what lost me this game. The best I can do is try to make this like a 4-0 instead of a 5-0. Maybe a 3-0 if I can somehow claw this back. I'm surprised he hasn't like gone into Weavile yet. Weavile kind of just wins this game. Like, hands down. No way! We have a chance! We have a chance! There's no way he just threw away his best Mon. His best Mon to win this game. He just threw that away. The Annihilate is still a problem, yes, but I think we can make it work. That scary Weavile is gone. Now, Glimmora probably naturally outspeeds us, right? Yeah, Glimmora naturally outspeeds us. Power Gem is the play here. Looking at the roster, I need Torn for the Annihilate. I need Goodra for the Bronzong. Everything else, Palafin is not needed. I can sack off Palafin here. If he goes for, like, Toxic, that's okay, because I can bring in... Torn. Power Gem, that's fine. Glimmora's gonna take out Palafin, that's fine. That is very fine. It is very, very fine. And we come in with Torn. We get a free Psychic here. I expect the Bronzong to be the one that comes in. I am going to... The thing is, with Tornadus on Glamora. The only thing that KOs is Psychic. I'm okay with that because I can potentially get, like, I can catch something on a switch now without that Weavile around. Bronzong does come in. Maybe I get a Spadef drop. That'd be crazy good. Nope. Okay. I really do not want rocks up on the field. I'm gonna taunt. Because I know you have stealth rocks. A spinner, that's okay. That's a lot of damage. I think that's okay though, because I don't think that Annihilate is like Scarf or anything, and if it is, he would have brought it in by now. If that Annihilate is Scarf, he would have brought it in. The best I can do right now is like maybe a 1-0 win if I'm lucky. I desperately would love a paralysis right now on this Bronzong. That would be so good. That would be so insanely good right now to get a paralysis on the Bronzong. How much does a flamethrower do onto Gamora? Not doing a lot. Knockoff's doing a little bit more. And then the Annihilate. Knockoff's doing a little bit more on the Annihilate too. I'm gonna go for a knockoff here. I've used it once. I've used flamethrower every time on the Liberty Bell. Him, the Raging Bolt. Okay. Knockoff under the Bolt's gonna be massive for damage. You see the Assault Vest come off on the Bolts. I always go for a Thunderbolt here. And we get a paralysis on the Thunderclap! The Raging Bolt's gonna go down. That is massive. Paralysis hacks finally come in. It took a while. It took a couple mons, but it finally happened. Really hate to see it, but we kind of needed that. We kind of really needed that, like, badly. I still... Now, the problem is, we kind of get bodied hard by the Power Gem. If it is, like, an offensive Power Gem onto Tornadus, I think the Power Gem KOs us anyway. Yeah, Power Gem from an offensive Glamora definitely KOs us. The problem is we definitely don't outspeed with Gudra either. And Power Gem does like 30%, so I'll take a 3-0 loss. I am actually kind of happy with that, not gonna lie. I am low-key pretty happy with that. Based off of how we played, I knew Glamora was going to be a problem. But the fact that we were able to bring this back somewhat and knock that differential down quite a bit is really nice. Just give me the Glamora and make this differential better. You're probably not, but who knows? Maybe a Spadef drop would be really good here. Spadef drop, couple of paralysis procs would be kind of nice. That's asking for a lot. This is probably the end for us. If it is, GG's to Mario. GG's to Mario B. Very solid match here. I definitely had a couple of misplays, and that is absolutely what turned the game. This Bronzong really does not like getting paralyzed, does it? I know it's asking a lot for paralysis like that, but it'd be kind of nice if it happened once. It always happens to me. Paralysis always happens to me, but it'd be kind of nice if that happened like once. Ah, there it is. Okay, cool. Again, GG's to Mario. This was a very scary team to prep for. I knew Bronzong and Glamora were going to be 2 issues, and they were issues. But overall, this team is a very good build. This was a very good build into my roster. I do still have some time before the cutoff for transactions, and based off of how I was forced to prep for this matchup and what I have available to me, I'm probably going to make some transactions. But overall, this is a great match. This is a very, very long match, very good match, and I'm not disappointed with the 3-0 loss. We definitely brought it back towards the end, probably with what I feel is a couple of misplays from my opponent. But overall, with what we had, I think that was a very solid showing. We definitely could have done a little bit more in terms of preparation. Landorus, I thought, was really good into my team. Rillaboom, did not expect it to come at all, but still brought Sap Sipper. Gooey probably would have helped. Having a better switch in to Weavile would have been nice, and having some better speed control would also be nice. So that's a couple of little insights into some transactions we're probably going to make in the next little bit. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this really long battle, and I'll see you guys next week for week 2, probably with a new team. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. GG's to Mario, and see you guys next week. Peace.